God had not given us the spirit of fear, but he has given us power, love. Look at the tripartite forces that must exist for one spirit to live. Don't you downplay fear. That for a man to deal with fear, there has to be a revelation of power, there has to be a revelation of love, there has to be a revelation of transformation. God hath not given us the spirit of fear. Fear is given. It can be rejected. It can be received. This is very powerful. The assignment of fear. Listen carefully. The assignment of fear. Fear works like a prophetic word. Because when you become afraid, you give power to what you are afraid of. Listen carefully. The only way what you are afraid of can have power over you is to bring you to a psychological state where you are afraid. Fear is confidence in the object of the fear. It is true. It's not just a cliche. It is true that when you manifest fear, you are giving confidence to the object of the fear. What is the purpose of fear? To gain access to your imagination, to gain access to your creativity, to gain access to your expectations. Job chapter 3 and verse 25. Job 3:25. Job said, for the thing which I greatly fear, what happened to it? Is come upon me. That means fear has magnetic properties. Fear can attract to your life what you are afraid of. You are afraid of death. You are afraid of accident. You are afraid of plane crash. You are afraid of failure. You are afraid of this and that. And Job said this is a mystery, that the thing that a man can greatly fear is the thing he attracts to his life. The thing which I greatly feared is come upon me, and that which I was afraid of is come unto me. So when God begins to launch men, listen carefully, after giving them all the encouragement, he will tell them there is something I need to take out of you. It is not unusual in men to fear, but then when you begin to fear, you will never be able to do so much. Fear can impede the passion, the force, the zest to move forward. Because when God gives you instructions, he will open up to you a destiny that only God can fulfill. God cannot give you a destiny that men fulfill. He will give you a destiny that only God can fulfill. Why? Because he's the one who will walk with you to make it happen. Please pay attention this night. The purpose of fear is to gain access to your imagination. When you begin to think fear, the devil uses the sense realm and all the things that happen around you to plant fear in you. Can I tell you what fear does? Fear can deflate your hope. Fear can deflate your expectations. All of a sudden, the zest and the fire you have to move forward suddenly goes down. If you will ever raise the dead in your life, your first assignment is to have the courage to stand before one. If you will ever buy a land in your life, your first assignment is to have the courage to look at one land and say how much, and they mention an amount, you're almost falling down and you say no way. Listen carefully. Can I tell you this? Behind the exploits of champions is a revelation that has given them an indefinite immunity against fear. Champions are men, but they are not ordinary men. They are men who have received a spiritual vaccination against fear. They have sustained the ability to defy fear. They have mastered fear and they know how to conquer it, and so they move from one level of triumph even to another. You will never be able to birth glory. I can imagine what happened to your wonderful man of God when God sent him here. Do you realize that once upon a time this facility was a flat ground? Yet your pastor was already sharing rooms on a bare ground. Let this one be an office. When you see champions operate, they look like madmen, but there is an audacity that knowing God produces. Let me tell you, believe what I'm telling you, because if it's success you are looking for, I wish I were lying. I would have just told you I'm sorry. There are serious giants and gates. Giants are not only metals, there are people also who are gates. When they lift up your head, O ye gates, the gates were not metals, they were people. They spoke back. They said, who wants to enter? We are not used to opening. No. Can I tell you something? Oh David, one day you will stand before Goliath. The key to the throne is in the pocket of Goliath. You must have the courage to bring him down to get to the throne.